That's a good cup of joe. Oh, we're rolling. Welcome to the KO Report. I'm Scott Killian, and today I wanted to cover something that a buddy of mine asked me a few weeks ago, and it was about my watches. He noticed one of my watches and commented on it. Really liked it, and then the next time he saw me, I was wearing a different watch. He's like, "Man, how many watches do you have?" And I'm not bragging, but I do have a small collection of wristwatches. I'm not what you would call a watch connoisseur or a major collector. I just know what I like that I think looks good on my wrist. It doesn't mean it's for everyone, and I can't tell you the sometimes the inner functions of watches. I just go really by appearance. So I thought I'd do a video because I do have a video on the Faith Fest watch by Brian Van Way, my Prince watch by Brian Van Way, as well as the one for my church, Mount Pleasant Baptist Church, that Brian Van Way done as well. So obviously I'm a fan of Brian Van Way's work, and some of the other pieces I have are here. Now I do have a couple of watches on the way. I have one or two from Aragon that I really like, and one from a company called Out of Order. Those should be arriving any day, and I'll do videos on each of those. But I wanted to kind of do a backlog here to show the folks what watches I do have now. And I do have them displayed in a case which stays by my bedside. And now with the watches that are in it, the 5, it's full. So I'm hoping and asking for Christmas, honey, if you're watching this, I would like a bigger watch display case, please. 20 to 30, and I should have it filled up in a year or so, right? Welcome back to another installment of the KO Report. I'm glad you're here. There's nothing to report today, whether it be in a KO or OK. The watches I have, I like. I've not got any cheap watches that I don't wear. All my watches get a pretty good amount of wrist time for each one, and it really, I just try to use them to accessorize the clothing I'm wearing. Not mainly popular here and where I live, but I do just try to match them out. So going into these, I'll open the case. One of the things you'll notice at a glance is I'm a fan of stainless steel braces, as well as the diver style watch. I'm not saying a leather band or a classic watch looks bad. I just don't have one. So let's start here with one of my older watches. I have this Bulova that has a unique design here with the clasp. I like that. 2 squeeze on the side allows it to go out, and it's sort of a double hinge click back together, and a solid case backing, and some small diamonds there with the date in the bottom. And this is probably my go-to dress watch, and this was the only watch I had up until about 2 years ago. And I didn't wear it real often because I would wear my Fitbit, and I wear a Charge 3. I think I did try one of the other Fitbit watches that was a little bigger, as a Blaze or something like that at the time. And I just find myself, when I'm at corporate events or something in our church, and you see someone with a nice wristwatch on, no Apple Watch or technology to me cut it. And it's just, I'm sure it's a matter of opinion, but I love the diver style watches. So moving on, the second one I have is probably one of the more bold looks, and blue is one of my favorite colors. And usually I like silver, but this has a blue and gold or bronze look to it. And it does have the other dials here, as well as the buttons. You can set, and you can see that going around there for a stopwatch. And here at the bottom for the other one of the other dials. and stop. This was a gift, and this is from Mini Focus, which is one of the micro brands that come out of China. To me, it's a great watch to wear. The clasp on it says MF on it for micro focus or mini focus, and similar to the other, it has 2 buttons on the side, and it has a double folding clasp. But solid case backing, comfortable to wear, not extremely heavy, so just another favorite. And with the red here on the inside for the hands and around the dials, I think it just gives it a little pop that looks great. The next watch I got, which was also the first watch I had made from Brian Van Way, was the Prince logo. Now you notice it doesn't have the time set on it as the other two did. They both say 10:20 on them. This one says 5:30. With his watches, they are what he calls a mechanical automatic, and I could be butchering that. Brian, I'm sure you're watching this, just correct me down below. But with these, you unscrew the dial till it pops out. You can go and set the time at that point to whatever time it is. I'm not going to set it right, but once you get there, then you just start screwing it back in. And once you've got it screwed in, you can come out just a little bit on it and go back and forth, and it winds the watch. Now you can do this for about 10 to 15 seconds, screw it on back in, and it will stay wound as you wear it on your wrist throughout the day. His clasps has his logo on the back. You flip open here and then press on the sides and it unlocks, and it has the exhibition case in behind it. I won't spend a whole lot of time on these watches as I do have videos, and I wish someone would tell me how to put the little link up here so you could click on it and watch the video on this. I've got to Google that or find someone smarter than me to do that. But this is a brushed look. It's more of a Jubilee style bracelet, and it has the purple pips with the purple dial along the side of it to go with Prince's color, purple. Now, one of the cool things that Brian does with his is he sends out matching bracelets that you can wear. When I first got these, I thought it looked girly. I'll be honest with you, I did. I don't see anyone around here wearing bracelets, beads with watches. I'm in a very rural area of North Carolina. A lot of country boys here. So it's not a popular look here, but I joined a couple of watch enthusiast pages on Facebook, and when they're doing their watch of the day and they'll put a picture up or they're selling a watch, 90% of the time, well, I won't say 90, 75 to 80% of the time, there's a picture of a watch and beads on it. So he's ahead of the game on that when he's sending you this. He is staying current with what a lot of people are doing, and it's something I never really thought of. The next watch I had was also from Brian Van Way, and it's one with our church logo on it, as you can see here. Very similar to that of Samaritan's Purse, with a cross and a circle around it. Now on this watch, I had a little bit of a different design. It is the same style bracelet as before, but here he left the inside shiny and bead blasted the outside to make it work. Also on these, this is what he would call a coin edge bezel, to where this one is more like a, I really don't know, that looks like the edge of a quarter, and I don't remember exactly what he called the edge of the bezel here, but it's got a little bit of a grain or grooves into it so you can feel it to turn the dial. But once again, another matching bracelet with it that goes very good. The purple in it goes with the pips that he has here, and at nighttime these illuminate blue. So very, very gorgeous watch. Put this back. And my last watch in my current collection is my first watch from Aragon. And Aragon is a company that is, I want to say from what I've read, it is made in the United States. It started in 1991, and I bought this from a guy on the Facebook page that I was talking about, through him there, and it was a very smooth transaction. And this is a Aragon, and I think this is called the Bioluminescence. And what that means is there's a lot of lume here that glows and lights up in the dark. And one of the neat things that I really loved about this was there's actually lumes in the bracelet that glow in the dark. And let's take a look at that. All right, so I've turned the lights off here in the office. Here is the watch, and you can see a little bit of lume there with it. One of the things I've noticed some of these guys do is they'll use a black light to kind of make it glow a little more. I picked up this black light off Amazon for like 10 bucks, but it does sort of charge the lume a lot quicker. Let me put this on the wrist real quick. Then I'll turn off this other light here. You won't be able to see nothing but the watch, and some of you may applaud that, but roll the sleeve up, put this on, close it, and here we go, lights out. With the watch, you can see the lume on the bracelet goes all the way around. And this is great, a great look at nighttime. I'm gonna pull it off so I can get a better angle here with the phone. That's a great look, so you can see the time on it. And it's, you know, this was just with the lights on here for a moment. But if I put the black light on, it may charge just one side a little bit better here. Oh yeah, look at that. That really makes a difference with it. So you can see the lume here, as well as the bracelet. This is just, to me, an awesome conversation piece. I'm gonna turn the lights back on. With this one, similar to the Brian Van Way, it has an Aragon etching in it. You do have the clasp here that is, when you undo that side, it can still, sort of like a safety clasp. If you don't push the sides, it don't come open. It is a folding clasp, double fold, clip it back down. So there's all the watches at a glance. I'm going to hit these all with the black light one time here, and I'm going to turn off the lights and let you see what these look like in the case, because I think it's phenomenal. When I'm looking at it, going to bed, you flip the lights off, and if you've had the lights on for any length of time, they're when you do turn the lights off, they glow, and I love the look of that. So I'm going to hit the lights one more time. We'll close on that, and I will show you these at that point. So wrapping up, here's the look of them in the dark. I'm going to turn it completely off. Even the two watches on the outside, the micro focus or the mini focus and the Bulova here, the hands at least have a light up on them. So at nighttime, you can still see for a little while on them. I'm going to turn the light off. Hold these up. And that is just a good look. Good looking. The Prince one lights up like crazy. The church one does great, and then you can see the band on the Bioluminescence, Biolume. I'll just call it Biolume. And that's that. Guys, as I'm keeping it dark, thank you for watching this. Thank you for subscribing to the KO Report. I really appreciate it. Come back next week and we'll have something new for us to review. Until then, take care. God peace.